What's up, y'all? Let's talk. Now, before we get into tonight's conversation about these motherfucking relationships, let me take a minute to welcome you back to my channel. And if you're new here, offer you a free subscription. All you have to do is click that subscribe button below. Go ahead and click it. Click it. It's right there in red. Child, is free. Now, right after you click subscribe, don't forget to turn on your notifications. I don't want you to miss out on none of these conversations. And speaking of notifications, I made a promise. Today's post notification shout out goes to La Cherie Amore. She was first to authentically comment on season 4's finale video. Go check out that video if you haven't already. Okay, now look, I don't know if this is gonna start season 5 or if we just gonna call this season 4.5, because I really wasn't prepared to do this, but child, y'all told me to come on here and talk about R.Kelly and his Lifetime documentary. Woo! This gonna be some shit. Now, this 6-part documentary on Lifetime have everybody talking. I don't know why. They know Mr. 12 Play been a Pied Piper since motherfucking, I don't know, since as far back as I can remember. Shit, I don't know. Maybe it's because now we are hearing directly from the victims, along with so many of us have been sexually assaulted one way or the other. I mean, there is real statistics out here that says a group of us done been sexually molested. Matter of fact, what's the 2018 statistic?
1 in 5 women and 1 in 71 men will be raped at some point in their lives.
So I think that watching this 6-part documentary just, you know, is touching us in a different place, because we have all been victimized at some point or another. Now listen, I really didn't want to touch the R.Kelly situation because I am not a professional. I do not know what's going on in the psyche of R.Kelly or these women, and this is very complex. So I did what y'all did, child. I went to YouTube and was like, let me see what the other YouTubers are thinking. So this video is gonna be my reaction pretty much to the reaction videos of other YouTubers, sprinkled in with a little of my own commentary. Let's start with this.
Oh, my mama ain't play that bullshit by staying at nobody's house. Not no uncle, not no aunties, not no cousins, not no friends. None of that. You wasn't going. Let's start right there. Bitch ass hoes. Because y'all know I blame y'all. Like I said, it's a hoe that got R. Kelly the way he is, why he don't have no respect for women and he like fucking boys every now and then. It's a hoe. Some hoe put that nasty frowsy stank ass pussy all in R. Kelly's face when he was a little boy, and he had no respect for no woman ever since then. Stop acting like men's the only one molest and rape, because some of you women do it too.
So Khia makes a good point. Listen, not just women are sexually assaulted, abused, or violated. According to the statistic you just heard from 2018, 1 in 71 men are also violated. And if I'm not mistaken, R. Kelly and his brother was being fucked by his sister. Now look, I ain't giving no excuses. I'm just saying hurt people hurt, which leads me to the next point. Listen, R. Kelly was not in this shit by himself from the beginning. Y'all don't believe me? Let's go to another YouTuber or Instagram personality. Y'all gonna hear from Kevin.
Constant theme that was the most surprising for me in the whole documentary is that lots of people not only knew, but they enabled him. Like, his team would go to the mall and pick up girls for him. Okay? They would like see some shade, not even shady stuff. They would see him, like the dude on the documentary with the like braided back hair. He was like, a couple of times I saw him having sex and I was like, that's an underage girl. And I'm just, that ain't my problem. Okay, so it's a whole like, in my mind, for whatever reason, I thought it was just like him, the girl, and maybe the parents knew. But there is like way more people who were active in the procurement of underage girls, bringing them to him,
Now, if y'all not sure of the meaning of procurement, let me tell y'all, because you know what? I do this for a living and people always ask me, now, Joe, what is it you do? So let me give y'all the meaning of procurement.
The action of obtaining or procuring something.
And then, like, seeing what was going on. And the unfortunate truth is when you're, I imagine, when you're working for him, that's your job, people ain't finna really try and mess up their check.
Look, I don't know about y'all, but I don't know too many people who really would jeopardize their check. I'm just saying.
Try and mess up their check. Okay, like, that's probably the unfortunate truth. People ain't gonna mess up their check. So they say, if you're his assistant or tour manager and he says, go get me some girls, he literally means children, like 14 years old, 15 years old. And people knew, now they're on a documentary like I know that was wrong. And, you know, that I can see now that was wrong. But, and honestly, and I can tell you guys from being in Hollywood, that's part of the reason why celebrities and famous people are terrible people, because when you're a producer or you're in production and you're on the crew, and this even happened with my kids, it is your job to keep the talent happy.
Now, where was the lie in that? Everybody know that if you have a vice, your manager, promoters, people who are making money off of you are going to make sure that you are supplied with every vice you need to produce that good service, entertainment, or whatever that they are getting paid off of. Listen, why the fuck you think you see people on stage drunk, people on stage drinking lean? Why the fuck, you know, look, I'm not even about to go into the Whitney Houston documentary, but y'all get it. And another good point that was made was with his kids. So I also read a statistic a while ago about child stars and child athletes that grow up to be professionals and why they lash out when they are faced with adversity or when they hear no. Like, the world don't operate like that. Just because Lil Ricky can hit the ball, you know, or throw the ball or slam dunk or whatever the fuck it is, don't mean that he has the right to dictate how he's being parented. You know what that means? Lil Ricky gonna make it to the NBA, the NFL, or what is it, Major League Baseball, MLB, and be a son of a bitch. That's the ones who y'all be seeing knocking their girlfriends the fuck out as soon as she say no. Now, by now we know that R.Kelly vice is young girls. We also know that R.Kelly is a sexual deviant, okay? But I want to give y'all, I want to take y'all back just a little bit. I want y'all to keep this in your mind. Keep this in your mind. So R.Kelly was married to Aaliyah. Now, I don't know if y'all remember that, you know, Aaliyah has passed on. We know that. Lord rest her dead. We ain't trying to, you know, dig her up and give her parents a heart attack. Matter of fact, her mama is on Instagram right now saying all this shit a lie. But you know what? Nevertheless, we're going to hear from somebody else about that. But keep that in the back of your mind. So R. Kelly was married to Aaliyah. Aaliyah was also a minor, and R. Kelly was grown as shit. Now we're going to hear from Tasha K.
R. Kelly admitted to the world that he lost his publishing rights. He cannot read. He has a problem. And everything, acting like we didn't know this. Now, guess who has the publishing? Guess who's getting R. Kelly's publishing to this day? Let's just, what's the name? Alex, I'll take 200. I'm gonna give y'all a second. Guess who to this day is getting everything that R. Kelly has written for fucking Diddy, Michael Jackson, anybody. All of his songs, everybody that he's produced. Guess who's getting every single dime right now? Just guess. You probably don't even know. Well, being that Aaliyah's uncle was managing him, he married Aaliyah in order to keep the marriage out the public, being that R. Kelly was dyslexic, didn't really understand law, had confessed to his manager, you know, according to what the family members shared with me, okay? Like I said, it's all alleged because I wasn't there, but I mean, God, it makes sense, guys. It makes sense, all right? And when they found out he was married, in order to call a truce, per se, R. Kelly signed his publishing rights over to the Hawtons.
Now, just in case y'all don't know who that is, that's Aaliyah's family. So right now today, The reason R. Kelly is saying that he is broke and all of his shit gone into foreclosure and has been repossessed is because he no longer owns the rights in the publishing to all of his work. But catch this. Aaliyah family has the rights to all of his work and all of the publishing. Okay? Catch that tea. Catch. I need y'all to keep up with the whole story. I need y'all to keep up with the whole story, okay? So one would think, why the fuck will R. Kelly sign all of his rights over to Aaliyah family via the uncle, who was the manager of R. Kelly and Aaliyah? Child, listen. I'm gonna let Tasha K tell y'all.
Everybody is supposedly at Aaliyah's house, her mom's house, her parents' house, okay? R. Kelly is still 27, Aaliyah's around 15. So 2 of the family members, actually it was 4 family members with him, okay? This is what they told me. It was 4 family members with R. Kelly. Everybody stopped at Aaliyah's house and spent the night, okay? And so 2 of the family members get up in the middle of the night to go looking for water, and all the lights is off. They going to look for Rob to say, maybe what Rob know where the water at. They knock on the door. The door opens. One person just opened the door. Rob is in there supposedly having sex with Aaliyah and her mother. And these 2 family members that saw this literally said to me, Tasha, you can take my body right now. I know what in the fuck I saw.
Child, listen, R. Kelly was fucking the mama too. Now that'll be some shit that you would that's some blackmail voodoo shit for you right there. Listen, y'all, I don't know. Y'all can go. I'm gonna put all the links to the videos that we are referencing below. This shit is all allegedly, but I'm just saying the way this documentary is spinning, bitch, I'm inclined to believe it. I am inclined to believe it. So far, let me just bring y'all up to speed. So far we know that R. Kelly was victimized himself as a young boy by his sister. Sister just old nasty funky bitch, okay? Now fast forward, R. Kelly has a thing for young girls. We know that because he married Aaliyah. So he married Aaliyah. Now we're gonna get to, you know, the other women down the line, but he married Aaliyah, and even him marrying Aaliyah, the uncle introduced Aaliyah into the situation. Okay, so then moving right along, we know that R. Kelly would solicit the young women, the young girls, not women, the girls via his staff. The staff would go out and actually procure these girls for R. Kelly. Now we're going to get into some other shit because via this documentary and things we already know, parents were actually involved. So at this point in stage of the game, parents, aunties, fucking cousins, all y'all ushering y'all daughters over there to R. Kelly fucking ass. I mean, like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, okay? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? So you know R. Kelly likes young girls. You know that R. Kelly has been victimized himself. So by now, we know that R. Kelly is a sexual deviant. He likes young girls. He have a problem. He's been abused and molested himself. I mean, we done all heard it, but motherfuckers is still bringing their daughters, their nieces, their cousins over there. That's what brings us to Sparkle. So Sparkle was the backup singer for R. Kelly for 99 plus years. And she's the one that initially introduced her little niece to R. Kelly. Y'all know the niece, the one that was in the video when he was pissing on her. So look, a lot of shit transpired. She was like, oh, I thought I had my eye on her, whoop de whoop. Lo and behold, the little girl ends up in the video. Now we're gonna hear from Funky Dineva, okay?
When you look at, okay, we living like this, the trauma has already happened. Whether he goes to jail or not, the trauma has already happened. We can report him and he go to jail and have nothing, and the trauma already happened. Or we can get this money, elevate, and the trauma already happened. As far as the young lady's trauma is concerned, it already happened. So I think their motto was, pay me for my pain. They was like, fuck it. If you gonna go to jail, she's still gonna be a victim of molestation, so you might pay us.
So let me just break this down for you. We all saw the video, right? So R.Kelly had the little girl in the chair. Y'all know what he was doing to her, and he pissed on her, right? So R.Kelly was acquitted of those charges because the little girl said it wasn't her. The little girl said it was not her. Yet the family took a settlement from R.Kelly and signed a non-disclosure document, you know, so that it would not be discovered. Yet Sparkle is here in this motherfucking documentary. Look, y'all just keep up with the story, okay? Just keep up with the story.
And that's how all of this happened. R. Kelly was able to pay people off. And y'all can talk y'all self-righteous bullshit, but we all got a price. Some of our price is $40, some of it is $400,000, but we all got a price. This whole thing is just so disheartening.
So listen, I agree with the whole we all have a price thing too. I jokingly say this all the time. You know, if random guy walk up to you and say, what would it cost for me to get that? You're going to give him the high. You're going to be like, bitch, you got to have, you know, $1,000. You got to have at least rent money. You got to have car note and all that kind of stuff. But if he put $50 in your hand, bitch, I believe you'll go. I'm just saying, don't kill me. I'm just saying, don't kill me. I'm just saying. Now, the shit continues and becomes a bit more complex. So now we know R. Kelly's a sexual deviant. He has been a victim of, you know, molestation and rape by the hand of the family member. Now, all this shit going on, but I think that we all missed one very important piece to the puzzle. Bitch, wasn't R. Kelly married? Hold up, Andrea, where the fuck were you when all this shit was going on? Bitch, was you in the other room when he was pissing on them girls and having the threesomes with the itty bitties? I don't know. But I'm gonna let Khia tell y'all.
Kelly ex-wife want to talk about all this shit he done did to her all these years, had her hiding and feeding her under the bed with a tray. Kelly was sliding the tray under the bed like she was a prisoner, like the woman living under the stairs with her children, and she want us to be feeling sorry for her. Bitch, we ain't feeling sorry for you, girl. You still carrying that man's last name, girl. Is that why the police don't believe you or didn't put R. Kelly in jail? I mean, you got a whole reality TV show based on R. Kelly, based on being R. Kelly's wife. You didn't want to. If a nigga kick my ass and fuck me in the booty, mouth, throat, ear, choke me, hung me from the roof, pissed on me, shit on me, bitch, the last thing I'ma want to keep is his last name.
Khia, you about to have me choking in this motherfucker. But I'm just saying, bitch, I agree. I definitely agree with you.
It don't take a bitch 25, 30 years and 4 children to come forward telling the bitch that the nigga done been beating their ass and fucking over them. And first of all, when I seen the preview and the girls that was on there, I say, well, why is Andrea, is that her name? R. Kelly's wife, Kelly, on here crying. All these hoes that's on here with you was with him while y'all was married, bitch. He was fucking all and peeing and shit on all these people while you was still married to him, bitch. And you ain't decide to leave. You ain't decide to drop his last name. Bitch, I would have changed my last name, the children last name, the dog last name, every piece of mail I had last name, medical papers, records, everything. Nothing. Come to my house and say Kelly, bitch. That's number one. Number two, is it because R. Kelly shitted and pissed on you hoes and didn't give you hoes $1 that now y'all trying to get money from Lifetime or all the rest of these social media and media outlets that's paying you motherfuckers for y'all story? Is it because R. Kelly done stopped?
Listen. Once again, this is my reaction to the reaction of other people who has viewed the R.Kelly docuseries on Lifetime. Listen. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to motherfucking say. But we do have to wrap this up because all of that, you know, led up to what's happening in R. Kelly's situation right now with the Savages, the young girl Dominique, whose mama rescued her, by the way. Now, one would think that all of this shit was going on. Tell me, why in the fuck do R. Kelly have new and current sex slaves that was still brought there by their fucking parents? Please tell me this, all right? Please tell me this. I'm not understanding all of this. So, I got to take a break because I'm about to get into the personal piece of this. That was my reaction to other YouTubers or personalities reacting to the Lifetime documentary. Now I'm gonna wrap this up with how I actually feel about this. So hold on, y'all. Give me a minute, okay? Just give me a minute. So if you are following me on Facebook at Joy Davis, I'll put the information somewhere. You know that this conversation was inspired by you and also by my daddy, who watched the R. Kelly docuseries and, you know, called me in the uproar. Listen, my daddy and I always talking about cycle of abuse and how abused people minds operate, right? So it's several layers inside of this story. And at the beginning of this, I told y'all that I am not a mental health professional, so I am not here to decipher, you know, what's normal, what's not normal, what's due to, you know, people are calling R. Kelly autistic. Some people are talking about Asperger's. The women have Stockholm syndrome. Look, I don't fucking know. All I know is, as a community, we are responsible for protecting and keeping our young. As a parent, I am responsible for protecting and keeping my young. And because these children have access to so much in the world today, it's kind of like we can't cover them everywhere we go, but we can arm them with information. So under no fucking circumstance will I allow somebody to silence me or one of my children if in fact something of this nature and magnitude would have happened to them, okay? Listen, your greatest asset is your story. If you have been violated in any shape, form, or fashion, you need to scream it from the mountaintops. In your community, your village needs to really, you know, take care of you. Now, a lot of people were talking about, you know, victim shaming, rape culture, and all that kind of stuff, which is very real today, you know, in which that's how we get into the whole like Me Too movement and all this kind of thing, because these things really happen. People use their power and their position to lure in all of the things that may be their vices. And for R. Kelly, it seems like his vice is young girls, and he is definitely in fact a sexual predator. And I just want to keep this in the R. Kelly context because I can't buy into the mass hysteria like what if it was your children and all this kind of stuff like this, because the fact is, bitch, I'm never going to prostitute my children for a record deal or a paycheck, and that's facts.